Junior Cruiserweight final, here we go. Luke Terry's got off to a fly, so too as
Daniel,
is that Rendell Todd, and is that Rendell Todd out there in front? Luke Terry's in the two. So is that Rendell Todd out there in front? Luke Terry's in second spot, then it's Adam Sleeman in third. In fourth place, Ashton Coombs and Zion Poulter are coming into the final, turning straight now. Is that Rendell Todd out there for Cyclo Park coming down the final straight? Is he going to win the South title? It's Rendell Todd out there in front. He's going to take it. Terry in second, Sweeman in third. Next up, Expert Cruiser A final. For Merton Saints, Max Henderson. For Bournemouth, Broden Smith. For Gosport, Max Spears. For Gosport, Connor Bly. For Bournemouth, Tyler Coombs. Bournemouth again, Theo Pope. For Gosport, Jake Shepherd. And for Gosport again, Connor Hedges. Here we go. Expert Cruiser A final. It's Hedges away there. So to the second and then so it's Hedges out there in front. Shepherd there in the second. Theo Pope trying to move through as well. But Connor Hedges here looking good. Oh, Theo's gone. And Broden Smith has been brought down. So out there in front, it is Connor Hedges leading the way from in second spot. Here it is. Jake Shepherd and Connor Bly. And then Max Spears in fourth. Connor Hedges your winner. So we now move on to the fourth moto points for the 30-plus ladies. Where we have for Gosport, Bethany Fletcher. Runnymede, Chloe Painter. For Cyclo Park, Tabitha Rendell. And for the Hawks, Anita Wong. Beth Fletcher has won 3 out of 3 so far. Can she make it a full house? She's out there in front, coming second spot. That's Anita Wong and Tabitha Rendell, Chloe Painter. As they come down the second straight now, it's Beth Fletcher out there in front, leading away from Anita Wong and Tabitha Rendell and Chloe Painter. Down into the third straight now. Beth Fletcher in, leading away. Anita Wong there in the two battling out now with Tabitha Rendell for that second spot. Right, Beth Fletcher, here she comes down the final straight. 4 out of 4 for her. Anita Wong in second, Tabitha in third, and Chloe Painter will complete for 4. Up next, the 30 to 39-year-old cruisers, fourth moto. For Runnymede, Rob Wampera. For Brixton, Andreas Geraldo. Brixton again, Mario Berno. For Hammersmith, Aidan Corrigan. For Runnymede, Will Smith. For Peckham, Mike Pinnock. For Runnymede, Jordan Peters. And for TNT, Owen Baxter. This is fourth moto for these guys, here we go. Smith away well, so too was Baxter and Berno, Wampera and Pinnock. Those are the top 5 into turn number 1. Smith is out there leading the way. For in second spot is Baxter, then it's Berno, Pinnock and Wampera. And Geraldo is next as they come into the final part of the track now. Is Smith out there in front, he's gone! And Baxter's gone! And the Geraldo's gone as well! Oh, Baxter managed to hold on! From the last turn, Owen Baxter only just managed to survive. Dad's going nuts on the finish line. Pinnock gets second, and it's anyone's guess for third. And the riders are for Knightwood, Andrew Ballard. For Hurston, James Pritchard. For Runnymede, Howard Blakes. For the Southwest, Richard Penny. For Runnymede, Paul Bradshaw. For TNT, Simon Fletcher. For the Hawks, Mark Warfield. And for Andover, Damien Mead. Oh, away we go. One rider gets it completely wrong on the start. That's Fletcher. He's got a lot of ground to make up, but it's Damien Mead out there in front. Warfield's there in the 2. So it's Mead out there in front, Warfield there in the 2, Bradshaw in 3, Penny's in 4, and now Simon Fletcher is picking off places after that earlier mishap. So out there in front, Damien Mead. Here he comes down the final straight. It's Damien Mead out there in front, Warfield in the 2. Damien Mead takes it, Warfield gets second, Bradshaw in third, unlucky for Fletcher in 4. And it is the 6 and unders A final. For the Hawks, Paddy Keenan. For Bournemouth, Ollie Johnson. For TNT, Oscar Davies. For Nywood, Austin Trowbridge. For the Hawks, Tate Kitson. For TNT, Reed Hughes. For Nywood, Luke Wilcox. And for TNT, Harrison Schofield. Here we go, and it was Reed Hughes and Schofield and Wilcox clear the line. For Schofield, asserts control. He's out there in front from Wilcox now in the second. Looks like Reed Hughes and then Austin Trowbridge in 3 and 4. But it's Harrison Schofield out there in front here, looking good. Wilcox is there in the 2, Hughes is there in the 3, Trowbridge in 4, Ryder down on the second straight. Oscar Davis is back in 5 as they come down the final turn now. Harrison Schofield, can he hold on? It's Schofield out there in front here, looking good. Wilcox in 2, and Harrison Schofield wins the South title. Wilcox in 2, Hughes in 3, Trowbridge 4, Keenan 5, Davies 6, Kitson in 7. Up next will be the 45 plus Cruiser A final, where we have for Knightwood, Keith Brown. Riding as a guest, Kevin Ranscombe. For Runnymede, Darren Flint. Runnymede again, Gregory Reed. Again, Runnymede, Miles Galt. For Knightwood, Anthony Howes. Runnymede, Mark Lewis. And Runnymede again, Chris Carter. Woo! The gators drop. Carter's got away really well. Howes is in there as well. And it's Carter and Howes leaving it. Lewis is there in the 3rd spot. And then we've got Gregory Reed. So Carter has it. Howes in 2nd. Lewis in 3rd. And it's Howes now taking the lead. Carter there as well. Lewis back in the 3rd. It's all to play for the last straight. Carter, Howes going very wide. And he might let Carter in. Howes is battling back. It's all on the finish. It looks like Carter, is it Howes? Oh, close. Mark Lewis getting the 3rd. As now we go on to the 4th moto in the 50 pluses. I can tell you, it looks like Chris Carter has filled the number 1 cone with Anthony Howes in 2nd. So we'll see later on. 50 plus then, 4th moto on the gate. We have for Hersden, Phil Beer. For Merton Saints, Keith Wilson. Merton again, Pat Robinson. For Bristol, Graham Watts. And for Cyclopark, Kai Riviere. Woo! Hersden, Keith Wilson, the man of catch in this 50 plus group. So far, Kai Riviere's there in the 2nd spot at the minute. Phil Beer trying to work his way round the outside as well. We're also in there, looks like Pat Robinson, then Graham Watts. But it's Wilson out there in front, Riviere's there in the 2, Beer's there in the 3, Robinson 4. And in the 766 of Graham Watts in 5th place. But it's Wilson here, looking for the clean sweep. Down the final straight he comes. And Keith Wilson, 4 out of 4 for him this afternoon. Kai Riviere, is he going to hang on for the 2nd? He does. Phil Beer in 3rd. Right, 7-year-olds A final. On the gate for Gosport, Ben Mosley. For Andover, Finley Collis. For Cyclopark, Dara Busbridge. For Peckham, Davin, Orion and Gachu. For Bournemouth, Finn Phillips. For Andover, Kai Blaine. For Gosport, Freddie Dubman. And for Knightwood, Harry Keats. Here we go, the A final for the 7-year-old. Keat has got a flyer and Gachu's in there as well. And also Finn Phillips. and Kai Blaine in about fourth at the minute. So into turn number one. Angelina looks like Harry Keats. It's Harry Keats out there in front, but here comes Tim Phillips. It's Phillips now out there in front. Keats there in the second. Kai Blaine in third. Dara Busbridge in fourth. Then Moti in five. Into the last turn and straight now. And looks like Busbridge is still on the final turn. So Tim Phillips it is. He's going to come through and win it. Keith in second with Kai Blaine. It was close. Where we have for Bournemouth, Raoul Stepanovs. For Andover, Ruben Livingstone. For TNT, Harrison Davis.
Woo!
For Knightwood, James Trowbridge. For Gosport, Lucy Simpson. For Runnymede, Kyle Nelson. For Gosport, Charlie Granger. And for Cyclopark, Elsa Rendell Todd. Jay goes down and it's a pretty even snap. Elsa on the inside getting away well. So too is Granger and Davis and Trowbridge as they go into turn number one. It's Elsa Rendell Todd, your early leader. Trowbridge trying to work his way around the outside of Granger for the second. It's Todd out there in front. Granger and Trowbridge and Nelson battling out. And Trowbridge goes up the inside of Elsa. Tries to take the lead. Elsa trying to fight back into the last turn and straight now. It's Elsa Rendell Todd and James Trowbridge. Elsa pulling away again. Elsa Rendell Todd down the final straight. She's going to take it. Trowbridge in second. Granger, Nelson, Davis third, fourth and fifth for the 7 and 8 year old girls. Where we have for Merton, Nyla Satchel. For Knightwood, Lacey Baird. For TNT, Amelia Ward. For Knightwood, Alexa Cross. And for Bournemouth, Amelia Harvard-Taylor. Away we go, the girls. This is their first moto. Pretty close at the start. Amelia Harvard-Taylor it is out there leading the way at the minute. Looks like Amelia Ward there up there in second. Also, Alexa Cross and Lacey Baird trying to move through, and Nyla Satchel as well. But it is Amelia Harvard-Taylor, your leader. Here comes Lacey Baird now to take the second from Amelia Ward. Nyla Satchel is next. And then Alexa Cross. So it's Amelia Harvard-Taylor out there in front at the minute. Coming down the last straight now. Is Micey Mouse going to hold on? Or is Lacey Baird going to come in and close in on her? It's going to be Amelia Harvard-Taylor who's going to come across the line and take the fourth moto. Alexa Cross in second. Then it's a Nyla Satchel.
Yeah, that is a true.
And then there was Amelia Ward and Lacey Baird. Up next will be the 9-year-olds A final. Where we have introducing to you from Peckham, Oscar Alvarez. For Gosport, Max Dudman. For Andover, Harrison Collis. For TNT, Lewis Fletcher. For Gosport, Samuel Day. For TNT, Ewan Monday. For Peckham, Lorenz Patton. And for Merton, Leo Kirpinen. Here we go, the 9-year-olds A final. Kirpinen away well, so too is Patton. And it's Patton just pulling there away. There's Samuel Day also getting involved. Ewan Monday back in the full spot at the minute. But it's Patton out there in the front, bombing the second spot. It looks like Kirpinen. Kirpinen isn't done with yet. He's about a length behind. Then it's Samuel Day and Alex Monday in there as well. So Ewan Monday in about fifth. Into the last turn and straight now. Patton and Kirpinen. Kirpinen really finding it on now. Patton is coming through. It's Patton, Kirpinen. Who wants it the most is Patton and Kirpinen. Oh. As we go on to the 10-year-olds A final. Where we have for Bournemouth, Josh DePries. For Runnymede, Kai Kemp. For Merton, Bailey Miller. For Bournemouth, Billy Brown. For Greenwich, Max Davis. For Gospel, Oscar Simpson. For the Southwest, Ned Penny. And the Southwest again, Sonny Flavel. Here we go then, the 10-year-olds A final. And Flavel got away well, but also on the outside, Billy Brown coming through. It's Sonny Flavel and Billy Brown, the two leaders, with Ned Penny next, and then in there as well, Oscar Simpson and Bailey Miller. So as they come through, it's Billy Brown out there in front. Oscar Simpson's gone down. So out there in front is Brown, Flavel and Penny. They're going at it, and it's Brown there leading up. These two Southwest riders. Brown is going to take it, Flavel in second, Penny in third, Miller in fourth. Then it looked like Ty Kemp, then Max Davis. This is the girls, 9 and 10-year-olds A final. Where we have for Gosport, Lily Adams. For the Hawks, Steph Webb. For Gosport, Amber Shepherd. For Hackney, Thea Gaynor. And the following four riders for Peckham, Mia Jacobs. Tegan Jacobs. Sky Mavawani Wright. And Shania Harris Sherwood. For Peckham against the rest in the girls first. Shania Harris Sherwood got an absolute flyer. She's out there in front. Then we've got the Jacobs sisters and Thea Gaynor and Sky Mavawani right back in fifth at the minute. But it's Shania Harris Sherwood out there in front. The South title is on the line here. The Jacobs and Thea Gaynor's riding really well there in third at the minute. Sky Mavawani right only fifth. Oh, Jacobs has gone. One of the Jacobs has gone. I think it was Mia. But as they come down the final straight now, it's Shania Harris Sherwood for Peckham. And then it's one of the Jacobs with Thea Gaynor back in third. Shania Harris Sherwood takes it. Tegan Jacobs in second. On we go then to the 11-year-olds A final. For Merton, Nico Satchel. For Knightwood, Daniel Howes. For Andover, Geordie Hart. For Merton, Christopher Johnson. For Gosport, Rocco Dove. For the Hawks, Dylan Merrick. For Knightwood, Casey Markley. And for Gosport, Lucas Craig. There should be a cracker, Lucas Craig and Casey Markley in there. And also Rocco Dove was away well. And it's Casey Markley, Christopher Johnson moving through. So it's Markley out there in front. Dove is there in the two. Craig is back in three. Then it's Johnson in four, who's been overtaken by a couple of riders. There's Markley out there in front. Dove there in the two. Well, Daniel Hell's involved in a monster crash. So with Geordie Hart by the look of things. But it's Casey Markley, British champion, fellow at the South title. Lucas Craig comes through for second. Then it was Rocco Dove, Dylan Merrick, Nico Satchel. Where we have for Gosport, Marley Hollingdale Tong. For Hackney, Camille Suleiman. For Peckham, Caden James. For Bournemouth, Tyler Coombs. For Runnymede, Oliver Nisco. For Knightwood, Samuel Wright. For Gosport, Harvey Short. And for Runnymede, Ben Curley. Jay goes down. Who got the snap on this one? It looked like Curling. And then we Short. And then we've got Samuel Wright on the outside with Tyler Coombs in third. So, in the lead of the minute is Curling. Harvey Short trying to close the gap. He's not far behind. There's Curling out there in front. Short is there in the second. Curling's though crashing to the floor. It looks like Harvey Short going through now. Curling though trying to come back. And Ben Curling, despite his pedals scraping on the second turn, he goes through. Harvey Short, Tyler Coombs was next in third. On we go then. The 11 and 12-year-old girls A final. For Bournemouth, Layla Johnson. For Hammersmith, Martha Hartley. For Gosport, Hannah Hedges. For Hackney, Phoebe Gaynor. For Knightwood, Samantha Baird. For TNT, Lucy Monday. For the Hawks, Lara Wong. And for Bad BMX is Amy Willats. 11 and 12-year-old girls, A final win out there from that inside line, getting away really well. So too, we're on to 2.5 of Lara Wong. It's Will out to Wong, Lara's gone. And a couple of others been brought to a halt there. I think Phoebe Gaynham is suffering back in the field. So out there in front is Amy Willats. For in second spot is Samantha Baird there up in the second spot. Then Lucy Monday in third. Hannah Hedges is in fourth. As they come down the final straight now. And it's Amy Willats out there in front. And she's going to take it. Willats will take it from the 3.5 of Samantha Baird. Then Lucy Monday, Hannah Hedges. Oh, this is the 13-year-old A final. Sullivan away well point. Was quick as well. And Penny's going with them. It's Pope, Penny, Sullivan at the minute. It's Theo Pope. Crashed out the cruiser earlier. 14-year-olds A final now on the gates. For Knightwood, Fraser Pearman. For Merton Saints, Rowan Beckford. For Bournemouth, Broden Smith. For Knightwood, Jamie Baird. For Runnymede, Harley Collins. For the Hawks, Scott Dell. For Peckham, Yobel Solomon. And for Gosport, Ethan Craig. Here we go then, 14-year-old A final, Craig from the outside, coming across. Then there's Harley Collins in there as well, Scott Bell back in the third by the looks of things. And also the Peckham rider, Yobel Solomon in four. But Craig pulling away from the others now. It's Dell, Collins and Solomon battling out for second. And then we've got the 15 with Jamie Baird next. But it's all about Ethan Craig. He's away, the daylight between himself and the rest. Oh, and Ethan almost getting it wrong. Oh, Yobel Solomon comes through for second. Scott Dell in third. 15-year-olds A final, where we have for Gosport, Evan Watson. For TNT, Josh Werner. For the Hawks, Jason Daly. For the Southwest, Max Penny. For Hackney, Nathan Congatong. For Gosport, Connor Hedges. For Peckham, Keevan Sharp. And for Bournemouth, Jack Bodman. Here we go. And Connor Hedges away well up the inside. Here goes Bodman. He wants to keep that one. There's Blake on his bike, and he's out there in front. There's Bodman out there leading the way. From in second place looks like Keevan Sharp. Then in third, Connor Hedges. And fourth, Josh Werner. Evan Watson down in fifth. But it's Bodman out there in front. Bodman still leading the way. Coming down the final straight. He's going to keep that on his pace. On that bike. Bodman takes it. Comes Sharp in second. Hedges, Werner, Watson, Congatong. And then it looked like Max Penny and Jason Daly in eighth. So we go on now. Fourth moto, 16-year-olds. For Jump Club, Billy Smith. For Hackney, Mishak Malone. For Hurston, Matthew Pullen. For Gosport, Robert Fletcher. For the Hawks, Logan Dixon. For Hackney, Kriwit Sarawang. For Gosport, Lewis Giles. And for Runnymede, Ben Thompson. A few of these have been bashed up already this afternoon. We'll see how it goes. Oh, Lewis Giles goes wrong. So that leaves Robert Fletcher out there in front. And Robert Fletcher here going well. Looking good. He's the leader. Who's giving chase? It looks like Mishak Malone now in the second. Logan Dixon in third. Sarawang is there in the fourth. Then Ben Thompson in five. As they come down the final straight, Logan Dixon on the inside. Moves from third to first. And he's going to take the title. Fletcher gets the second. Sarawang gets third. So next up will be the 17 to 29-year-olds A final. For the Hawks, George Newell. For TNT, William Bartlett. For the Hawks, Joe Brewer. For TNT, Lee Robinson. For Peckham, Jordell Horsley Horton. Peckham again, Mike Pinnock. For Gosport, Fergus Neve. And for the Hawks, Zoltan Bidet. Well, here we go. There's Zoltan Bidet out there in front, but here comes through Jordan Horsley Horton. There's Horsley Horton out there in front from in second spot. Forward now coming through, but also in there Mike Pinnock as they come through. Jordan Horsley Horton, who's the leader. Horwood going after him, but it's actually Zoltan Bidet, I should say. He's out there in front. Zoltan's going to take it. Horwood's there in the second. Pinnock battling out with Jordell there for third and fourth. Okay. Vets A final now on the gate. For Knightwood, Mike Baggs. Guest rider today, Chico Hook. For Bournemouth, Tony Phillips Pittman. For Andover, James Christie. TNT, Ryan Davis. TNT again, Craig Hughes. For Bournemouth, Christian Kift. And for Peckham, Martin Parker. Gay goes down. Parker gets away well of his inside Hughes. And also Kift going well too. And it's Christian Kift, your early leader. He's out there in front. Parker's there in the 2. Davis is up in the 3. Cook is there. He's there in the 4. And then we've got Tony Phillips Pittman and James Christie. But it is Christian Kift out there in front. So here goes Parker on his inside. Parker and Kift. Ryan Parker going through. And Ryan Parker's going to take it. Kift in second. Ryan Davis in third. And Tony Phillips Pittman and Craig Hughes back out for fourth. Very close in the end. All right, up next it'll be Championship Women. For Bournemouth, Izzy Pope. For Cyclopark, Tabitha Rendell. For Peckham, Sylvie Vargas. For the Southwest, Vanessa Harrison. For Runnymede, Lucy Luckhurst. For TNT, Megan Duhigg. And for Gosport, Ella Catford. Here we go. Championship winning fourth moto will be a clean sweep here for Izzy Pope. She's out there in front from Sylvie Vargas and Megan Duhigg, Ella Catford and Lucy Luckhurst. Tabitha Rendell, Vanessa Harrison, that's the order. And it's Izzy Pope out there in front. Vargas is there in the 2. Megan Duhigg in 3. Ella Catford 4. Lucy Luckhurst 5. Down the final straight. They come. And it's going to be Izzy Pope. 4 out of 4 for her this afternoon. Where we have there in gate number 1, Damien Mead. Gate number 2, Owen Baxter. Connor Hedges in gate number 3. Anthony Howes in 4. Andreas Geraldo in 5. Theo Pope in 6. And Mario Javier Berno in gate number 8. Gate goes down, Super Cruiser final, fairly even start. There's Baxter with Hedges, Geraldo, and also up the inside Damien Mead. But it is Baxter out there in front, from in second place. There is Damien Mead, third place is Felipe. Then we've got Connor Hedges, Anthony Howes and Berno. Owen Baxter's looking for a double here, and he might just get it. Coming down the final straight now, Owen Baxter is cruiser champion. Geraldo in second, Mead in third, Berno fourth, Hedges, Pope and Howes. Okay. Our last race of the day and indeed the year here in the south, the regional payback A final. Before I do, the usual thank yous, and not just for today, but for the whole year. So get ready to make your rounds of applause. first of all, to all the riders and all the parents and supporters for coming today to make it an absolutely brilliant day here. Another good South Champs, another good South Region event, so all give yourselves a round of applause. And a big, big thank you to all the South team for putting it together. As usual, the organisation, Martin Baxter all year round, you know, overseeing it all, without whom I don't think it would all happen. All the finish line girls for all their hard work this year. The first aid guys and anyone who's held a flag or gone out there and done their bit. Big, big thank you. Also, a big thank you to our host club today, Runnymede Rockets. Give you all a round of applause. They turned out here today, hangovers and all. Where we have for Peckham, Dira Macaulay Perry. For Gosport, Kieran Binner. For Runnymede, Billy Luckhurst. For Gosport, Ashley Binner. For Peckham, Sian Isidore. For Peckham, Harvey Hudson. For Bournemouth, Brindley Savage. And for Peckham, Kai White.
Yes, sir.
Here we go, regional payback. Here's White out there in front, Hudson, Savage and Luckhurst in the top four. Hudson has the early lead from White in second. Then it looks like Luckhurst and this is all coming through. Into the second turn now. And it's Hudson out there in front. Luckhurst is on the two now. White trying to hang on. Who's in now? But it's Hudson out there in front. White now trying to close down. It's all on the last one. And Kai White comes through to take it. Hudson in second, Luckhurst in third, then there was the Binners. Wow.